What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum treasury companies, specifically Tom Lee's BMNR and Joseph Shalom's Sharplink Gaming, SBET. Both of them are trying to gobble up as much Ethereum as possible, and the name of the game here is to buy some shares. You own some of the company, and then hopefully that company creates more and more Ethereum on their balance sheet, meaning that you are owner of more and more Ethereum for the same amount of shares. That's the point here. And a lot of people are buzzing. There's a lot of buzz about this because there seems to be potentially a lot of upside. And if you watched my last video, you know that the Fibonacci levels on this are pretty insane. Now, Tom Lee, BMNR, they're trying to buy as much as $20 billion of Ethereum. That's 5% of Ethereum supply. This could create a supply shock and send Ethereum flying. SBET also is going to exceed $3 billion worth of ETH themselves. SBET has a bit of a better valuation according to MNAV. However, BMNR seems to be getting the Tom Lee premium. Both of them, their price action has been following pretty much in step, and we now have enough data where I've been able to draw a Gantt square that sort of gets more detailed of what kind of price action we could expect going forward. So that's the name of this video. We're going to be trying to look and see what kind of major levels that we're dealing with, and maybe what could we expect the price to look like 90 days from now. So let's dive into it. All right, so let's get into the charts here. I do have a Gantt square drawn. This is logarithmic scale. I got 180 degrees by 1. It starts right here on April 17th. That was the bottom. And then, of course, late May, we had the big pop. And what made me settle upon this Gantt square is it gave me the most amount of symmetry. You can see here we spent some time in Gantt arc jail in June. It escaped Gantt arc jail, came back down to this Gantt arc. We didn't spend much time in that Gantt arc, and I don't think that we will revisit this Gantt arc again. That is my expectation. There's no guarantees, and I do think that there are going to be some negative days potentially this week. You could see that the RSI stochastic is curling down, so I would not be surprised if we come back down to test and hit this Gantt angle, which is what I would be wanting to buy at if I were looking to buy SBET, because I do believe that this is going to be the support line going forward. And I think that we will tap it, climb it, pop up, we'll flag back into it. I think that this is going to be the line that we visit over and over again. And so what is it, where is that line over the next week? It's anywhere from 1666 up to, call it 1866. By Monday, we should actually here, let's see here. By next week, Thursday, we should be right at a minimum right back where we are today. So if you think that it's going to hold this line, which I do, honestly, you could probably start buying right now. But if you really want to nail the bottom, somewhere between 1650 and 1850 over the next week is a good place to buy. Now, if this angle were to hold, which I do believe that it would, you could expect a gain of 680% and a stock price of $147 by Christmas time. Not too bad. Not too bad. It never works this way where it just climbs this perfectly and evenly, and we could get a price move that puts us in that region much sooner. This is just my minimum personal expectation. And yes, I am that bullish because I really do think ETH is about to hit, do its parabolic move that it does every 4 years, and that could send the price of this stock flying. What about BMNR? Very similar chart. We had a pop-up, Gantt jail, pop back up, and now we are, unlike SBET, we're not losing the 50-day, which is really nice to see, and the 20-day is right along this Gantt angle. And so I do kind of expect there to be a revisitation of the 20-day. That potentially as it tests this Gann angle, it could all happen at once. But it looks like it is, bouncing off the 10-day. We'll have to see how the next few days, what the next few days bring us. But you can see here that it wants to reclaim this angle, and just like SBET, there's a lot of upsides. So let's take a look and see where we are at 90 days out. 90 days out, we are actually not as good as SBET, but we're still doing pretty good with a 361% gain and a $255 stock price. So the debate rages on: is BMR going to outperform SBET? Is SBET going to outperform BMNR? As of right now, BMNR commands a higher premium, but that's my wife. Say hello. But as of right now, you kind of can't go wrong with either one. I'm pretty bullish on these stocks. I'm curious, where do you think these stocks are going to be at Christmas? Go ahead, comment below. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. I think we're up to 174 subscribers. Let's try to get this channel up to 200. I'd appreciate it a lot. And until next time, Risky Ryan out.